Wow.
Very interesting concept.
I'd hate to get stuck on a mountain with it if it runs out of battery though. But fun.
Yeah, but they're good.
There's an EV revolution coming in India, don't you think?
I don't think we're doing what needs to be done for it to happen.
Yeah, why do you say so? Like,
because an EV revolution
Anji.
requires a foundation,
Yeah.
and we are nowhere there.
है ना?
No.
So
So
है थोड़ी बहुत सब्सिडी तो दी है ना लेकिन काफी जगहों पर.
foundation means production of batteries, production of motors, production of
The infrastructure overall.
That's not there. So it's not strategically done. It's all ad hoc.
Yeah.
They don't really understand how it's supposed to be done. The other revolution that India has missed, which I am very passionate about, is the drone revolution. So there also we're done.
Yeah, drones. I love drones. Have you seen the
The basic idea is the same, right?
Yeah.
I know quite a few guys who work in the automotive research side outside India. And the most fascinating conversation I had with one of these guys, he asked me a simple question. He says, tell me, Rahul, why do you need 3,000 kilos of steel to have one guy driving in it? So answer.
It's insane. I mean, you need to. I don't know.
This is the most fascinating thing that this guy told me. He said, look, the only reason you need it is because the engine is centralized.
Yeah.
So you've got a huge engine in a car that weighs 600, 700 kilos. And when you have an impact, that becomes a missile. So to protect the passengers from that,
You need so much more.
you need so much steel. And he's like, what happens if you decentralize the engine? What happens if you put a motor there and a motor there and a motor there and a motor there?
I know about this concept, of course.
So I like that.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So what we're seeing, right? It's a revolution in circular motion. We are going from the internal combustion engine,
Yeah.
up and down, to rotary. That's what electrics is.
Yeah, no.
And it's the same in the sky.
So you have immediate torque.
Yeah, and you also have a completely different distribution of power.
100%.
You can put a motor there and a motor there and a motor there and a
And you'll
motor
be
there.
much safer in rollover situations or kind of like slippery places.
So that's the revolution. But the revolution, the correct way to look at it is not to see it as automobiles, but to see it as mobility. Because
That's
the
true.
exact same thing is happening in the sky,
Yeah.
and the exact same thing is happening underwater.
The future of mobility can be very, very interesting if we tap the right places.
And you have to think about it in terms of decentralization.
Correct.
So you have to think about it in terms of how do you decentralize structures of movement.
This youth, I've been talking to a bunch of ones जो शहरी है मेरे ख्याल से, but online at least, there's a lot of chatter of the passport being given away. The number of people giving away Indian passport बहुत हो गया था, है ना? उसके बारे में आपको
Because the idea of India is being attacked.
yeah, no,
Yeah. So one thing young people need to understand
Anji,
is that their freedoms are being taken away, and they don't see it coming. But there's a whole-scale attack on the institutions of this country, on their future, on their education system, on their healthcare system, and most importantly, on their employment system.
yeah,
So
it's
their
a 360-degree thing that we see.
the employment system of India is being wiped out, and it's being wiped out by GST, by demonetization, and the idea is to benefit limited number of people
Anji,
and extract money from the rest of the people.
I mean, it's slightly saddening and worrying also to me as a
But it's interesting because it allows a completely new vision to come. So it's not. I mean, it's bad.
Yeah.
But something good can come out after it.
100%. इतना discourse आपने new age media के साथ किया during the yatra, that was very interesting.
Yeah, because the fact is that you guys are not biased.
Yeah.
Right? You guys are neutral. Press is biased. It's bought out. So anything you say to it, they don't transmit.
There's also a bunch of names you've been called on social. आपने कभी पढ़ा सुना? कैसा लगा आपको?
I don't care.
Yeah?
No, not at all. देखो जो आप मुझे कहना चाहते हो कहो. ये देखो. ये आप मुझे दो. देखो. परवाह नहीं इसको।
100% की बात।
नहीं, और दूसरी बात, मैं नफरत नहीं करता किसी से। आप मुझे गाली भी दो,
हाँ
आप मुझे मारो भी, नफरत नहीं करूंगा आपसे।
नहीं भाई, जैसे कोई पप्पू बोल दे तो उसको दिल पे लगा होगा ना? नहीं
नहीं, वो प्रोपेगेंडा कैंपेन है, उसके दिल की बात है। उसको वो जो बोल रहा है,
हाँ जी,
उसके अंदर डर है। वो उसकी लाइफ में कुछ नहीं हो रहा, वो उदास है, उसके रिश्ते मतलब ठीक नहीं चल रहे, किसी और को गाली देने की जरूरत दे रहा है, मैं स्वागत कर रहा हूँ, और दो, अच्छी लगती है और बोलो, और नाम दो मुझे मैं फर्क नहीं पड़ता।
शादी चौड़ी करके खड़े आप?
नहीं, चौड़ी भी नहीं करने की जरूरत है, ऐसे खड़े, रिलैक्स करें। What's your favorite car or motorcycle?
Oh, I love the Lexus. Recently, I've been driving the Lexus so much.
You know an interesting thing.
हाँ जी,
You notice that when I ask you what's your favorite car,
yeah.
you will either say Japanese or you'll say German. You know why?
I love the driving experience.
But you know where it comes from. The Japanese automobile industry
Yeah,
emerges from the Japanese steel industry, which used to be the Japanese samurai sword industry. So the traditional Japanese sword making techniques are what created the
craftsmanship in the car.
yeah.
Oh fuck, bro.
Hold on.
Reveal-
It's the exact same thing with Germany. Over here, it's the sword. Over there, it's the battle axe. Right? And all this stuff comes out there. And what's important is that we see it like that, because we have all these traditional industries in India that can all be completely transformed into modern industries, but we completely ignore them and kill them. That's what young people should think about. By the way, if you think about Enfield, I mean, that's just a personal thing. I mean, Enfield, guys riding Enfield shouldn't take that badly.
Yeah.
If you like it, it's good for you.
I mean, ये भी बात होती है ना भाई, कितना डर गए हैं हम लोग, यूथ, हम सब कुछ भी एंटी बोलने के लिए, मतलब उल्टा पर्सपेक्टिव है तो बहुत डर के बोलता है आदमी।
नहीं, डर नहीं रहा हूँ, मेरी राय है, मैं बोल दूंगा।
हाँ।
बट अगर किसी को मतलब उसकी चोट लग रही है,
You're apologizing.
No, I'm not apologizing. I'm saying that's your view. I like it. It's good for you.
I love how you approach things. It's an interesting way. Chalo,
I don't want to harm people.
Yeah, no.
I don't want to be violent. I don't want to harm people. हमारे धर्म में दो सेंट्रल कॉन्सेप्ट हैं, अहिंसा और सत्य। तो उनको मैं मतलब अपनी लाइफ में डेवलप करने की कोशिश करता हूँ।
मजा आया आपको?
Nice,
no?
nice meeting you.
Same here, Baba. All the
Did you
best.
enjoy yourself?
Yes, I did.
Wave a little bit. And be happy.
Yes, sir.
Smile. I like it that you're smiling.
Yeah, always.
Good. All the best.
Keep spreading smiling
Take care.
kindness.
Thank you, brother.